All right. Okay. We're going to continue at Job 5:20. It says, in famine, that's food shortage, he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Let you know, hey, it's going to be food shortage. There's going to be no food, people. But the righteous is going to be redeemed from death. Meaning let you know that people will be dying from famine, food shortages, not having food. People will be going crazy. They're going to eat a lot. They're going to have a problem because there's going to be no food. But you better cut back on your eating. Learn how to fast. And in war, from the power of the sword. It'll be war on all streets. You ready for that? For the power of the sword. But if you keep the Most High's law, statutes, commandments, have faith in the Most High, fear the Most High. Look at 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter, and the 27th and 28th verse. 2nd Ezra, 2nd chapter, the 27th and 28th verse. It says, be not weary. Say, be not weary. Don't be weary. Don't be worried. Don't be weary. But when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful. The unrighteous going to weep and be sorrowful. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance. You hear that? You're going to be happy and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Most High. Read you again. What that sound like? A real, true blessing. Listen. Be not weary, so don't be troubled. Don't be worrying. Because worry cancels out your faith anyway. You can't say you got faith in the Most High and you worrying. So that's why I say be not weary. He said, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. So you'll be happy and have abundance in everything. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, said the Most High. So that's what you work toward. That's beautiful. Job 5:21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. All the things they say that he's ain't gonna be doing, they're gonna envy us, they're gonna be able to do nothing, it's saying. Most High will, if it's us. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Whatever they say. Neither shall thou be afraid of the destruction when it cometh. Let you know destruction is coming. It's coming, y'all. That's what we want to be. Look at what are Psalms? What Satan tried to quote. The devil. Go to Psalms 91. And we're going to look at verse 1. It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. If you dwell in the secret place of the Most High, where you dwell is a secret. Let you know. Everybody don't know this secret. Everybody don't know how to dwell in the secret place of the Most High. And the Bible says, show me the Most High. Who can go to this Bible and just give lesson after lesson after lesson of the Most High, the Most High, the Most High, the Most High? Who really talking about him? The secret place of the Most High. You dwell in the secret place of the Most High. You hear his name enough. He ain't exalted enough. He gonna be all in all, people. Listen. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. You're going to abide under the shadow of Mashiach Yahushua. And when you get to the Most High, till we change this fleshly body to immortality, you got to go through 1,000 years with the Mashiach Yahushua. You under the shadow of the Almighty. He's going to show you that secret place of the Most High, glimpses of it, until if we make it, after the 1,000 years, to be able to dwell with the secret place of the Most High and be there with Him. When flesh and blood can't approach the Most High. All praises, glory to His holy name. So I will say of the Most High, He is my refuge, my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. It's coming, y'all. This war. It say, He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shall thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. What's the truth? Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So following this law will allow you to have His shield and buckler for protection. That armor of protection behind you following what He would have you to follow, and following His rules and regulations, His laws, statutes, commandments. That's going to be our protection. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror that terror by night. That you know terror is coming at night. Missiles will be shot at night. Nor for the arrow that flies by day. That you know the missiles just like an arrow. That's how they can describe it in this time. Hip talk. But we know right now we have nuclear missiles. Nor the arrow that flieth by day. Terror at night, it says in that those missiles will be shot in the daytime. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Noonday. Bam. Gonna be hitting somewhere. And you want to be in Job 5:19 down. Most High will. If we're worthy. See, 1,000, listen, 1,000 shall fall at thy side. 1,000 gonna fall at your side. Listen, and 10,000 at thy right hand. But it shall not come nigh or near thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. Because thou hast made the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. See, this is what Satan used. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. This is what he tried to tempt the Mashiach Yahushua with. That's why he told you you're going to tempt the Most High. Jump down from this pinnacle, this temple, and he's going to do this. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Isn't that what he told him? He don't know the righteousness of the Most High. And Mashiach Yahushua do. That's why he went to the law every single time. And once he went to the law over and over again, Satan had to leave him alone. But if you thought you're not under the law, how are you going to defeat Satan? When all you're going to do is with your think of your own mind. Some of you already rolling with him. It's natural to you. You didn't realize you're rolling with demons. Shit, Legion was what? Legion was what? 2,000 demons. 2,000 demons. In one man. It's just natural to you. Job 5:21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. We just read about the destruction. Look, go to Wisdom of Solomon 5. Wisdom of Solomon 5th chapter. As you know, prophecy. In verse 20. His severe wrath shall be sharpened for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts, and we fighting against the Most High, the Mashiach h.o.i and his angels. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, just from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fly to the mark. What we just read about. And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow. And the water of the sea shall rage against them. So he's going to raise up the sea against them. And the flood shall cruelly drown them. He's going to have the water drown. Remember, he's not going to bring the flood like he brought it on before. He's going to burn this baby up with fire. Yeah, a mighty wind, that's like hurricanes and tornadoes, shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty. You hear that? That's why it's going to be racial wars all over the world. All over the world. Racial wars. As it says in 2nd Ezra 15 and 14 down. Job 5 and 22. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. Just the righteous. That's keeping the commandments of the Most High. But thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. That's what you want. Because it's going down. You know, look at our mission. Go to 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Or 14 and 15. No, it's 15 and 14. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. 2nd Ezra 15, 14. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, near. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. What's the amount of their sword is guns in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. I mean, they coming into your house. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Of course, they're actually going to stand in their power. How they want to roll. It's going to be rioting. It said, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Hopefully, you roll it with Job 5:19 down. Most High will. Don't have to deal with this, but it's going to happen. We're still waiting on this. It say, a man shall desire to go into a city. First thing you heard was what? It's martial law, man. And shall not be able. That's going to be racial wars. This is martial law right here. You're going to desire to go from city to city or another city and not going to be able to. For because of their pride, you know, it's a lot of pride in this earth today. The city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Houses are going to be destroyed, and men are going to be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Mind, their sword is guns. Everybody going to have guns. Everybody packing. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, rob them, because of the lack of bread. Hear that? Because of the lack of food. But what did he tell us? Hopefully it's us. Most High will. If we do what's right to please him continually. He said, Job 5:19, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee, and famine. That's food shortage, y'all. That's lack of bread. He shall redeem thee from death. Let you know people will be dying from starvation. What it say? 2 Ezra 15 and 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, rob them of whatever they have, because of the lack of bread, because of the lack of food, famine, and for great tribulation. You hear that? That's racial wars and martial law and destruction. That's what I said in Job 5:20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. We just read about that. That's where we want to be. But you got to work to be here. This ain't something you can just say, oh, he's going to, this is me, I'm going to put myself there. I wouldn't put myself there. Or you hear me keep saying Most High will. If it's his will. If it's his will. This is going to happen. We got to work toward that. We got to work toward that. This ain't something that just, we can say we going to be there already. No. Look at Psalms 119 and 53. Psalms 119 and 53. I've got to keep it balanced here because I don't want nobody to really start looking at themselves as being so righteous that they know they're going to be there when the Most High is jacking them. And then it follows to this, as you see behind me. It says, Psalms 119 and 53. It says, horror have taken hold upon me because of the wicked that forsake thy law. Horror have taken hold upon me because of the wicked that forsake thy law. Remember I told you the righteous and the wicked went into captivity behind what the wicked done for the children of Israel? Listen, Psalms 119:53. Horror have taken hold upon me because of the wicked that forsake the law. Thy law, your law. You have to respect the person, man. We didn't want to follow what he said. Therefore, we all went into captivity. All of Israel. The righteous and the wicked. That's why y'all looking at these other nations. Moses said, all that's before him are nothing, to be less than nothing, vanity. But y'all gonna think these other nations gonna not have to deal with the judgment of the Most High? Better think again, don't have nobody fooling you. If you of another nation, you got to deal with the judgment of the Most High, just like we did. We have done so many things that's against the laws of the Most High. And you can't say you love him and you're doing what's wrong. Your whole attitude is wrong. So how you love the Most High when he say be this way and you another way? Say be on the right side with my son. No, you want to be on the left side with the devil. And think you on point. Don't work that way. That's why Mashiach Shai told us this. He said, for all you that have, you look at just for the woe is me people. He told you, he gave us clear instructions spiritually how this works, and you understand things spiritually. It's not hard. Matthew 11:28. He said, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Right? He said, come unto him, all you that's heavy laden and laboring. He said, I will give you rest. He said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me. He said, learn of him. The only way you're going to learn of him is to hear his voice, to become his sheep, to be able to receive the benefits of what he's telling us he's going to give us. He said, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, For I am meek and lowly in heart. Say, I'm meek and lowly in heart. Very, very, very humble. I'm meek and lowly at heart of mind. And ye shall find rest unto your souls. It's a lot of people's problem. They don't have rest unto their souls. The souls are dealing with all kind of madness because of something that this world offers them. Some of you so gone you can't come back. Or you think you can't come back. But the Most High never give you more than you can handle. That's why he say seek him 10 times more. You could do it. I mean, we come from a bunch of degenerates. You want to know the truth? Even to a h.o.d.c's lineage. Come on now. I'm going to do a lesson on that. Better understand. You start looking at us as a people. All the things that happen in our lineage of our ancestors and so forth. So take my yoke upon you and learn of me. For I am meek and lowly in heart. And he come in the volume of the book. From Genesis to Revelation. The glory of the Most High. The angel of the Most High. The Spirit of the Most High. The Holy Spirit. Something you can think of. And ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. It says this yoke is easy. It said take my yoke upon you. That's easy. He said. And his burden is light. It ain't no heavy burden, it's light. Give it to him. If you give it to him, do you have faith to believe that he have it, then why are you dealing with it? Look at John 14 and 27. This is what he say, learn of me, learn this. Ask for this, pray for this. Ask the Most High to give you this. Acts 14, 27. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth. You hear that? Say just a special peace. Most people don't have. They don't have this. No matter what condition you in, you find yourself in, get this peace. Say, peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart, which is your mind, be troubled. Neither let it be afraid. That's what he said. But are you going to do it? Look what he said. John 15, 14, 15. If you love me, keep my commandments, right? Keep the laws. But how are they tell you to keep the laws, commandments of the Most High, when you're not under the commandments? You're not under the law. That don't make no sense. This is a New Testament. This is my h.o.d.c telling you. St. John 15 and 10. If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love. Even as I have kept my Father's commandments. Now how are you going to say you, Mashiach, when you are dealing with a Mashiach Yahushai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, and he telling you that he kept the Most High's commandments and abide in his love. The love of the Most High is to keep his commandments. Commandments are not grievous. 1 John 5 and 3. He just told you if you love him, keep his commandments. See, the commandments are his laws. The brother came up and asked him, how can I receive eternal life? He say, how does thou keep the commandments? Then he was to tell him all the commandments, that's love thy neighbor as thyself, because he knew the man had a lot he wasn't going to deal with, selling what he had and giving to someone else. He dealt with that part of the commandments. Commandments are based upon how we love the Most High with all our heart, mind, and strength, and how we love our neighbors ourselves as the Israelites. All the commandments are based on how we love the Most High, how we serve the Most High, and how we serve each other as Israelites. All the laws, 613 laws, moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, based upon how we love the Most High with all our heart, mind, and strength, and how we love thy neighbor as thyself, or the Israelites. All the laws based upon that. And you say you're going to make it in the kingdom? And you're going to do how you want to do and feel how you want to feel and do whatever you want to do and think everybody got to deal with the way you feel? You got to deal with the way you feel? I don't think so. Most I have no respect to persons. He have respect to us as a nation, the Israelites. Period. That's it. Look at what he said. St. John 15:10. If you keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments. Come on now. Ain't nobody in the church could tell me, that's a Christian, could tell me, reading that scripture, that they read that scripture and tell me that we ain't got to keep the Most High's commandments. That's a Mashiach's father. That's my father. That's whoever want to believe, be righteous father. Hear what he said? If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. Because we Mashiachim, and Mashiach is the Most High. 1 Corinthians 3:23. No man come to the Father but by him. He told us that in John 14:6. So he's telling us we got to keep his commandments. We got to keep the commandments. It's like, what are he coming to judge? How is he going to judge us? From what? How we lived and followed the way of this wicked world? Nah. He chose us out of the world. He separated us out of the world. That's why you should feel good to know that at least you've been called. And you work to be the chosen. Look, it's a time, and I'm going to show you times in this world, we as a people, we didn't have the Bible. We didn't have. Look, let me show you all. Go to 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra 14. This is deep. Look at 2nd Ezra 14 and 21. Now let's look at verse 18. Let's start at verse 14. 2nd Ezra 14 and 14. It says, let go from thee mortal thoughts. Let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. He already told you his burden is light. Give it to a Mashiach h.o.i, going to the Most High for you. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. Hear that? Say, put off now the weak nature. People are weak now, sensitive to everything. That's a weak nature. He said, put off now the weak nature. It said, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. That's deep. I got to deal with that. It says, set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto you. This is very important. Very, very important. It says, set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto you. That means you worrying. You know. It says, set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and hasty to flee from these times, right? But it says, take off the things that are most heavy unto you. You got to hear this, because it's very important that he already told us to give it to him. But how you gonna give it to him and you pray and you believe you gave it to him, next thing you know, you back where you was at before you prayed, like you never prayed before, or at that time. This is very important. It's very, very important, brothers and sisters. because the time's going to come. It's going to be it's going to be show and tell. You either got to know this or you don't know it. Look at Ecclesiastes 14:2. Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha 14:2. It says, blessed is he whose conscience is your mind, the way you think, have not condemned him. That's why he's saying, it's right here what he's saying in verse 15 of 2nd Ezra 14 and 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. Ecclesiastes 14:2, it says, blessed is he whose conscience, your mind, the way you think, have not condemned him. That's why I look at, if you look up my lessons on self-examination, you'll see it's about love thy neighbor as thyself. You start with self. So the way you feel about yourself, you love yourself, you can love someone else. But if you don't love yourself, how you gonna love someone else when you don't even love yourself? That's why it says, blessed is he whose conscience, your mind, have not condemned him. You have not condemned yourself. Dissatisfied, just so dissatisfied with yourself. You got to deal with yourself, baby. That's just the way it is. And who is not fallen from his hope in the Most High. When you can't deal with yourself, you fall from your faith in the Most High. That's what he's telling you. Blessed is he whose conscience has not condemned him. You have not condemned yourself, and who is not fallen from his hope in the Most High. Your faith in the Most High, in the name of the Lord and Savior, going to the Most High on your behalf. Okay? Ecclesiastes 30:21-25. It's very important. Why I said put off that weak nature. Ecclesiastes 30:21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness. See, a lot of people thinking that you think too much. You think too much on heaviness, things that bring you down. Listen what it says here clearly. Give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. You're afflicting yourself. You're bringing yourself down in the way you think about your own self, your own counsel. The gladness of the heart, the gladness of the mind is the life of man. You know, the gladness of the mind is the life of man. And the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. So the sadness of a man gonna shorten his days. Woe is me, always moping and never satisfied with nothing. Dissatisfied with yourself. Start with self. You love yourself, you can love someone else. You don't love yourself, somebody don't love themselves, they can't love you because they ain't love themselves. There always gonna be something come back to themselves. But they got a problem. Their conscious mind is not focused on what it should be focused on, to love themselves so the Most High can love them. I mean, how you ask the Most High something, you come after you finish praying, then it's over with. You back to your woe is me. That's why I say, blessed man that has not lost his hope in the Most High. Listen, give not over thy mind to heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel, the way you think. The gladness of the heart or the mind is the life of man, and the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. Love thine own soul. See that? Love yourself. Love thine own soul. Most High gave you this. He gave us this body, this mind, this soul to function. Love thine own soul and comfort thy heart. Comfort your mind. Say, comfort your mind. Remove sorrow far from thee. Hear that? Remove sorrow far from thee. For sorrow have killed many. Hear that? Sorrow have killed many. That's why he says sorrow have killed many. And there is no profit therein. There's no profit in being sorrowful all the time. Go to Romans. The book of Romans. 14, the 14th chapter. So this is very important that we see this, because these are solutions, brothers and sisters. That's what I ask for, solutions. And you can hear it. Those that have ears to hear and eyes to see can hear it. Solutions that work. Romans 14:22. As thou faith, here it is. Do you really believe in the Most High? Do you really believe in the Most High? As thou faith, have it to thyself. Have it to yourself. Not for anyone else, but to ourselves as individuals before the Most High. Happy is he that condemneth not himself in that thing which he alloweth. See, you happy if you don't allow the thing that have bringing you down to condemn you, because you allowing yourself to be condemned by your own counsel in the way you think, and bringing yourself down and not being satisfied with yourself. See, this is real. As real can be. You can't just allow yourself to be in because you're going to a depressive state. When people have breakdowns and so forth, because and it eliminates your faith. You can't say you believe in the Most High if you really are like that. Especially us as Israelites, we're supposed to be the lights of the world. Go back to 2 Ezra 14, verse 15. It says, set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. That's what we just read about. And haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, in the future. He's telling Ezra. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age. See, the world is weaker through age. So much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. You know, and we the last days now. This is the most evil time ever. But he's saying evil will be increased upon them that dwell in this world. For the truth is fled far away. The truth. Once again, Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. But it says the laws of the Most High is fled far away. Because they're teaching the people that you're not under the Most High's rules and regulations, His laws, statutes, commandments. For the truth is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. But now hastens the vision to come which thou hast seen. Then answered I before thee, and said, Behold, Thaahwam, I will go, as thou hast commanded me, and reprove the people which are present. So I'm going to reprove the people that are living in the days of Ezra. But they that shall be born afterward, like us, will be born in the future, who shall admonish them? Who will admonish us? Thus the world is set in darkness. See? The world is set in darkness. Why it tells you that in Isaiah 60:2, the people will be in what? Gross darkness, gross ignorance. He said the world is set in darkness. That's where we at now. And they that dwell therein are without light. The little bright light that we can shine in the gross darkness of the people, they still will remain in gross darkness, gross ignorance, dumb, stupid. What the Most High said, he said it, he told us who we are and how we are. He know how we are. Jeremiah 4:22. Know how we are. For my people is foolish. See what he said? For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are saddest children, stupid, silly children. And they have none understanding. You know this. They are wise to do evil. Jeremiah 4:22. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. We know what's good. Romans 7:12. The law is good. Commandments is good. That's why he say, for my people is foolish, Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. That's why you have in the Bible say, show me the Most High. Do that to someone. Say, hey, here in the Bible, show me the Most High. Show me God. That's what they call him. You see how long it lasts. Precept after precept. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. When people talk about God this and God that, show me him in this Bible what you're supposed to believe in. This is what we get an understanding of him. The little bit that he's given us of him. We know in part, prophesy in part. You know, his ways and thoughts, not our ways and thoughts. This is what it says. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children. I mean stupid, silly children. And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil. See, a lot of times you do things you think is all right when it's actually evil. But to do good, to do what you're supposed to be doing and following the commandments of the Most High and pleasing him, they have no knowledge. That's why he sent us out, man. He sent the prophets out and said, hey, go tell my people Israel over and over again, all throughout the Old Testament. Israel killed the prophets. Man. Look at Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, the 4th verse. This is Ezekiel. He said unto me, Son of man, Ezekiel, go get thee unto the house of Israel. Go talk to my people Israel, who live in the house of family of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. Speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel. Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou did not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, these other nations that speak all these different languages, they would have hearkened unto thee. See, they'd listen to you. If I'd have sent you these other nations that have a different speech than what Israelites do, they'd listen to you. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee. This is what he say. So the Israelites ain't going to listen to Ezekiel, for they will not hearken unto me. Say, they won't even listen to me. How they going to listen to you knowing that they ain't going to listen to the Most High? For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. So you wonder why we so hard? It said, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. The way you think, strong against the way they think. As an adamant, harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not. Why you gotta say fear them not? Neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellion.